a nice time to celebrate the holidays with a Sprite cranberry and wine glass. And as we celebrate the holidays, I've got myself something to keep me energized. Yeah, most definitely the freaking Sprite cranberry. I got me some Sour Patch Kids and some Twinkies. Just so it could like give me some energy and all that shit. Cause nigga, I'm tired as a bitch right now, bro. I just walked 2 miles. Um, my auntie had picked me up. But tight shit though. Tight shit though. I finally got me something to keep me energized. Cause this is one of my favorite candies of all time. Well, top 3 favorite candies. And this is my top 5 favorite snacks of all time. Just to be honest, you know. These two combined keep me energized and keep me waking up. Like real shit. I need to wake up so freaking bad, bro. So freaking bad to the point where I feel like dying. But I ain't dying. I'm still living. Um. Okay, first off, I need to get my microphone like this because I don't have my headphones with me. My headphones are freaking dead. I forgot to charge them. So we're just gonna be watching you know, Moist Critical. Let's see how this nigga goes, bro. It says this show hits a new low. What the freak happened? It hits a new low. Is it like low ratings or something? Is it's low and all that. How crazy can it really be, bro? How crazy?
A lot of you are tired of hearing me yap about One Punch Man. By a show of hands, how many of you had enough of a 31-year-old man complaining about an anime? No hands? Interesting. Okay, then I'm gonna keep going. It is so hard to not blabber about this season because it's setting new records. The most recent episode that just dropped, episode 6, is now one of, if not the lowest rated anime episodes
Whoa,
on the...
what anime?
I'm gonna keep going. It is so hard to not blabber about this season because it's setting new records. The most recent episode that just dropped, episode 6, is now one of, if not the lowest rated anime episodes on the entirety of IMDb. And not just there, but
Huh?
across other sites as well. It is one of the worst reviewed episodes I can.
Wait a minute,
The
whoa, whoa,
most
whoa.
recent episode that just dropped, episode 6, is now one of, if not the lowest rated anime episodes on the entirety of IMDb. And not just there, but across other sites as well. It is one of the worst reviewed episodes I can find. Right now, the most recent episode, Motley Heroes, has a 2.9 on IMDb,
What's
which
that?
means that it's even lower than X-Arm's debut episode. X-Arm is considered by many, including myself, to be the worst anime ever made.
Type.
That abomination is an insult to God. It is the biggest, bungus piece of shit imaginable. And yet, One Punch Man Season 3 has found a way to be hated even more than X-Arm.
Wait, One
And the
Punch
crazy
Man.
thing is, I watched X-Arm. I don't know how many of you remember this. I was going through the worst rated anime of all time to find the single worst one ever made. And when I got to X-Arm, I
Ooh,
literally just
chat.
ended that
I
series
gotta
because I hated
wait,
it so much.
whoa.
And it actually like blew.
Chat. I think I got a good idea. Watch one of the worst episodes of anime of all time, like worst episodes in any type of anime. Go to IMDb and check out the worst rated animes of all time. Like, how bad could it really be? Can it really torture my freaking mind and say that, oh gosh, bro, this anime is so freaking bad that is making my brain want to commit suicide, but not me. Enough with the commit suicide jokes, okay? That's an actual serious thing, okay? How about this? My brain has turned into freaking mush and it's about to turn into soup later. How about that? Yeah, something like that. Something like that, you know? Something like that.
Up my fucking neurons up here to the point where I felt lobotomized watching it. So I called it quits after after X-Arm. It was that bad. And yet I would actually say it kind of makes sense why episode 6 is rated lower than this X-Arm debut. Because at least in X-Arm there is movement. At least you can say you watched an animated thing. You watched something animated. With One Punch Man Season 3, you have to stretch your definition of animation. Because it is entirely composed of still images, almost. And in episode 6 here of Season 3, from what I can recall, I just finished it, there's only 4 scenes that have movement. And by movement, I mean one of the scenes is Child Emperor doing this with his hands. And then the other scene, which has become a big meme now, is King walking into the room, and he literally walks into the room like a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic hitting some of this. I thought we were about to witness him do a JoJo Siwa's dance move or something.
Wait.
Like, that is the level of animation you're getting with One Punch Man Season 3. So, like, to me, while it is probably exaggerated to a certain degree, being a 2.9, X-Arm being higher in this regard, I kind of agree with it. At least X-Arm moved. There was, like, shit going on in episode 1 of X-Arm. Like, there was a fight and everything. And characters moved. Which is a lot more than you can say for One Punch Man right now. Not only that, they fuckify themselves where they have, like, some very cool stills. Or at least they did in some of the preview and promo material they had. Like, some decent stills. That was, like, the one thing people were latching onto like a baby to their mother's teat about Season 3. About some cool stills. But when you get to the actual episode, for some reason, some maniac, some unhinged lunatic went in there and slapped the ugliest blue and yellow light filters on everything. So anytime you're looking at a character's face close up, for some reason, they go into like the cheddar cheese dimension and there's just fucking yellow lights beaming in, or like blue RGB gamer mode lights just obstructing your view, and it looks so silly. And like another big meme moment from this episode is how they fucked up Fubuki in one of these stills where her face is, it's just, it doesn't even look like the same character. It looks like one of those in-between frames from Naruto where someone's face gets like all fucked up where it looks like the Babadook or something. Like that, and that is like a full still that sits there for a minute. Like a minute is exaggerating, but it sits there for a while and it just looks terrible. Like, it's very clear that the show is only getting worse. Like, this is, episodes 1 and 2 were bad, but they weren't this bad. Episode 5 was their best episode, and it was bad. But it wasn't this bad, and it feels like they blew all of their load in episode 5, and now the only thing left is like scraps, actual morsels that they're trying to utilize to the best of their ability to just have something go out. And my god, it is sad. It is just tragic what's happened to One Punch Man. And I've seen this crazy fantasy people are spinning about, like, yeah, Season 3's so bad, they're going to learn a really hard lesson that Season 4 is going to be amazing for. This is a necessary pill for them to swallow, so that way we can get an amazing Season 4. Buster, there's no Season 4. This has been a catastrophic disaster, and once Season 3 is done, 4. Which they should just close the book on it now, just stem the bleeding. There's no reason to even finish the scheduled episodes. Just let it end here. It's not worth it. But once this is over, there will not be a One Punch Man Season 4. Not unless Bandai sells the rights to someone else. They've shown that they're not willing to put any resources into developing a very high quality One Punch Man season anymore. So, now that this hasn't done well and it's been embarrassing, they're just not going to touch it again. There won't be a Season 4 unless for some reason Bandai has this big eureka moment where they're like, what if we actually tried to make it good? And then decided to after this. But I don't see that happening. They're just going to wash their hands of it and be done. It seems like that's exactly what they want. They tried to make something extremely cheap, expecting fans to swallow whatever shit they farted out, and it didn't go over well. Their gambit didn't pay off. The only franchise that's able to get away with spending $0 on a beloved IP and still having the community lick the sweat off of their gooch is Pokemon. Pokemon is able to be produced for literally $0, copy and paste every year, endless slop, and people will just digest it with a smile on their face. But that's because they have numerous decades under their belt of brand loyalty, and people have literally rewired their brains to just accept that Pokemon games aren't expected to be good anymore. They're just expected to be there, and that's enough, I suppose. That works for them. One Punch Man does not have that same luxury. One Punch Man has 3 seasons in 10 years. That's not exactly enough to have people just hooked on the drug to the point where they'll excuse any laziness. Especially not for a highly anticipated Season 3, 6 years in waiting. This gambit was never going to work for this. I don't...
I see a One Punch Man freaking action figure from down here. You see the autoplay? I know you can see that bald head from anywhere. But hey, not gonna lie though, One Punch Man Season 1 was top tier.
I don't know what Bandai was expecting to happen here. This is just so sad. And I'm very confident that we will not see another season of the One Punch Man anime anymore. Unless, of course, Bandai sells it to somebody else or some kind of crazy miracle happens. But I think Season 3 is probably going to be the swan song for the One Punch Man anime. And that sucks. At least the manga is still an absolute fucking banger. At least that is still absolutely slapping. But it is such a shame to look at what could have been for this animated series. Season 1 was amazing. And I was a vocal...
It was. Season 1 was so freaking top tier. It was so good.
Hater of Season 2... But now seeing Season 3 and going back to Season 2, man, do I see the folly of my youth. How silly I was to think Season 2 was bad. It is definitely worse than Season 1 in terms of its animation, but holy shit, is it significantly better than what we got here. And even on its own 2 legs, it is, like, in its own right, still, like, well animated at most points. Like, so, Season 3 made me appreciate Season 2, so there's that, I guess. But man, yeah, this is a terrible season, and it continues to only get worse. I can't believe... if you had told me One Punch Man would be one of the lowest rated anime seasons on IMDb or across the board, I would have spit in your face. I would have laughed at you. I would have like tried to admit you to an insane asylum, like Arkham Asylum or some shit. Because that's just crazy. But, look at where we are now.
Yeah.
What a shame. Anyway, that's really about it. I don't really plan on making another One Punch Man Season 3 video, but I guess we'll see. There's still a lot of episodes to go. I guess it can definitely get even worse for it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Alright. See ya. Whew. Oh. Man, that is a good thing that I closed the freaking screen down, because... Age restriction. I ain't gonna lie, man. That gotta be the shortest live stream that I did. Well, not really the shortest, but short. Because, you know, everything's like malfunctioning and everything. Everything is like slowing down. I'm trying to get to GTA and all that shit. I can't do Attack on Titan until... You know what? I'm gonna try to do Attack on Titan Tuesday and switch it up to Thursday, cause you know a nigga gotta take a break. You know, a nigga gotta take a break. You know, I can't take a break until November. November is over, and that means in December. It means I'm still gonna be doing more live streams on freaking Thanksgiving break. But yeah. First off, let me try to get to my outro, because niggas love my freaking outro. And also, everybody love Kanye, my boy. So, alright. Okay. It's not, is it popping up or something? Okay, there we go. No mistake at all, but my freaking screen is like slowing down so bad. You know what? Forget it. I'ma just go. 19.
Somebody, no leaving this party with club on a Thursday. She said she only here for a girl birthday. They order champagne while they look thirsty. I know I got a bad reputation. Walk around always mad reputation. Leave a pretty girl sad reputation. Start a fight club, Brad reputation. Sick of say something dumb for the dancing. It's like the first time back in the basement. Holders in the sign, learn something nasty. Mama nurse 9, nurse on the maintenance. This that prime shit. This that what we do, don't tell your mom shit. This that red cup all on the lawn shit. Got a fresh cut straight out the salon, bitch.